Howdy there, once again, YouTube. My name is Ben Ferraiuolo, and I am back. And I am hopefully going to join University of Washington by the end of 2019 to become a professional seismologist. And I am going to try to work towards my PhD in that, so that's going to take a long time. But it's going to be very fun, because I do find seismology is very interesting. So, here we are real quick. I want to talk about the event that occurred at Mt. Hood. There's an update with that. But real quick, I believe Steamboat, here is the seismic trace right here. And I believe Steamboat did erupt for I believe it's the 21st time, I believe. So 21 times now in 2018. We need to have 8 more Steamboat eruptions before the year ends to break the record of 29 eruptions in 1964. So we do need 8 more eruptions for it to break the record, or at least reach the record. So we need 9 more eruptions for it to break it. So I do believe this is the 21st time for 2018. Now, real quick, I would like to go to my website. Go to Seismo blog real quick. Alright. Now, real quick, before I read the update on this low-frequency, well, I thought it was low-frequency event, but who knows? It's very weird. They're now saying it's a quarry blast. They are now saying that it is a probable quarry blast. But there are some things that, yeah, it may seem like a quarry blast, because there's a lot of surface waves involved with the event. But there are some other peculiar things as well. So first I'm going to read the original. Things are usually quiet on near Oregon's version of Mount Rainier, Mt. Hood. However, today, September 24th, 2018, and today is actually October 1st, 2018. This was written a few days ago. Something seems to have changed. A low-frequency earthquake appeared near Mt. Hood. A low-frequency earthquake, possibly indicative of being involved with magma or magmatically derived volcanic gas, has occurred just 15 miles west of Mt. Hood's summit. This is not something that is questionable. This really was a low-frequency event. So what does this mean? Well, this seems to have been an isolated incident so far, and seismicity remains at low levels. But if swarms start to break out, it is probably a good idea to stay away and monitor the area. I am not saying an eruption is coming, just that this was not glacier tectonic activity and extremely likely to be involved with magma in some way due to the characteristics of the event. Well, now those characteristics have been brought into light, and some people are saying that yes, it does look like an explosion. And I have to agree, it kind of does. It does kind of look like an explosion now that I looked at previous explosions, but it's far different than normal quarry mine blasts from Granite Falls and many other quarries in Washington and Oregon. It is definitely, if it is a quarry blast, it's one of a kind and very odd. But real quick, let's go down. Here's the location of the event right here, and here's Mt. Hood. Let's go down. Here's the original earthquake info, which I will show in the next blog post real quick, so we can skip that. This is the spectral analysis of the strange event. You can tell it carried low frequency characteristics between about 1 and 4 hertz or so. Alright, let's go down. This one is taken from seismic station Tim, which is just on the southern base of Mt. Hood. Please notice the long period, low frequency characteristics indicative of magma involvement. And apparently they're now saying it's explosion, but who knows? But look at that. You see that? Lasted almost a whole minute. Usually quarry blasts don't last that long. Now here is from seismic station VLL, which is a little bit north of the northern base of Mt. Hood. Once again, please note the long period low frequency characteristics, indicative of magma involvement. The very long coda, the end tail of an earthquake, can be seen better on the spectrogram. Please note the dominant frequencies between 1 and 5 hertz. That's actually around 1 to 3 hertz or so. For how close this earthquake was to these stations and how large it was, this can officially be categorized as a long period low frequency earthquake. Well, now they're categorizing it as an explosion. The large majority of these types of earthquakes are almost always involved with magma somehow. There's nothing indicative of a coming eruption yet. However, this type of earthquake has not been seen very often lately at Cascade volcanoes. So, what does this mean? Only time will tell. Alright, let's go back to my Seismo blog real quick. Alright, here's the update. Update on the supposed low-frequency long-period event. September 24, 2018, Mt. Hood event. The seismogram spectrogram analysis for UW VLL-EHZ. To start, if you have not seen the original article about the event that I'm going to be talking about, then please click here. This post here will not make much sense unless you read the original. On September 24th, 2018, a very strange event occurred at Mt. Hood. It originally was listed as an earthquake. The earthquake in question was analyzed, and its characteristics indicated, as analyzed by me personally, indicated a long period low frequency earthquake, possibly indicative of magmatically derived volcanic gas, quote unquote, farting its way up to the surface. The earthquake occurred just 15 miles west of Mt. Hood's summit. It was very peculiar, but there is now an update. This event has now been marked as a quote-unquote explosion by PNSN and USGS. The event type changed, but the depth changed from 5.3 kilometers in depth to 5.1 kilometers in depth, only a 0.2 kilometer depth differential. How can an explosion occur at around 5 kilometers underground if related to quarry or mine activity? We will assess the data provided and you be the judge, because personally I do not know anything for sure. I am not for sure saying this is a low frequency long period earthquake. I am not for sure saying this is a quarry blast. It for sure is a very odd and enigmatic event. Again, there's the location of the event in question. The picture directly above shows the location of the September 24, 2018 22:01 UTC event, just 15 miles west of the summit of Mt. Hood. This event was originally labeled as an earthquake for a couple days until I just noticed that they changed it from an earthquake to an explosion. To me, this event is very peculiar, and in my opinion is not an explosion. In this post, I will examine the new evidence and show an example of an actual quarry mine blast compared to this event. First, this image right here shows the original earthquake details before it was changed to an explosion. This is from USGS. Please note that this was not an automatic report. Look where it says review status. It says reviewed. If it said automatic, then that would mean the event was recorded only by a computer and still needs to be reviewed by a seismologist. Once it is reviewed and confirmed by a seismologist, it will then say reviewed, as it does here. Notice it says magnitude 1.9 at 5.3 kilometers in depth. We'll look at the image directly below of the updated event. And here's the new earthquake info given by USGS. Notice the change? Apparently it was reviewed again by a seismologist and changed to a magnitude 2.0 explosion instead of the original magnitude 1.9 earthquake. But that is not the strangest thing. Notice how in the original earthquake info from USGS, the confirmed depth was 5.3 kilometers. We'll look at the new confirmed depth, 5.1 kilometers. The crazy thing about that is they only changed it by 0.2 kilometers. Even though reported quarry and mine explosions are always at a negative depth, indicating a surface event, so why was this not at a negative depth? How is it possible for a quarry or mine explosion to occur that deep? I will get into that in just a second. Here is a known magnitude 2.0 quarry blast event in Granite Falls, Washington on September 28, 2018 at 21:30 UTC. Taken from seismic station BHW UW EHZ-, which is 30 kilometers from the epicenter of this confirmed quarry blast. This is a real quarry blast, for sure. Notice, it is not long period. It only lasts, what, about 20 seconds? Here's 21:30:08, 21:30:28. So it only lasted about 20 seconds or so. And notice it also has high frequency characteristics. Now the coda, the entail of an event, does seem to carry lower frequencies. But this is not what we see with this event right here that occurred 15 miles west of Mt. Hood summit. This is the seismogram spectrogram analysis of the strange magnitude 2.0 LFLP event or explosion near Mt. Hood on September 24, 2018 at 22:01 UTC, taken from seismic station VLL, which was 26.7 kilometers from this event. Let's real quick focus on the two images directly above. Please read their captions and please refer back to this part of the video if you wish to see. Now again, this is a confirmed quarry blast. And this is the weird event that occurred at Mt. Hood. Now, let me read this. Let's real quick focus on the two images directly above. Please read their captions. The first image is the seismogram spectrogram analysis of a real confirmed quarry mine blast in Granite Falls, Washington. Now please compare that to the second image. The second image is the seismogram spectrogram analysis of the strange long period low frequency earthquake, as I believe, or explosion, as PNSN states, that occurred 15 miles west of Mt. Hood summit. Now both events are stated to carry the same exact magnitude as each other, and both stations are about the same distance from their respective events. To start, please notice the drastic time difference. The quarry blast lasted only about 20 seconds or so. Now, the Mt. Hood event, stated to carry the same magnitude as the Granite Falls quarry blast, lasted almost a whole minute. Wow. That is very long for a quarry blast, guys. Also, please compare their waveforms and frequencies. You can tell the odd event near Mt. Hood is considered a low-frequency event, but the quarry blast from Granite Falls, Washington cannot be placed into the same category. I personally believe the event near Mt. Hood was not a quarry or mine blast. Why? Remember how the depth from the original report said 5.3 kilometers in depth, but was changed to 5.1 kilometers in depth? PNSN states that it did occur around 5.1 kilometers in depth. They also state it was an explosion. How could that be? If an explosion occurred at 5.1 kilometers in depth, then that also works out to 3.1 miles. Again, how can this be? The image directly below, this one right here, shows the deepest mines in the world. Here are the deepest mines in the world. The top 11. Notice, 3 in Canada, the rest in South Africa. So it seems Mt. Hood, Oregon is not on this list. The deepest mine only comes in at 4.0 kilometers in depth, which is 2.5 miles. Of course, holes have been dug much deeper than this, but the point is that there's no way a human-caused quarry or mine explosion can occur at 5.1 kilometers, 3.1 miles in depth, in this area, just 15 miles west of Mt. Hood summit. That is extremely deep for an explosion, so I am still labeling this September 24th Mt. Hood event as an LFLP event since the depth has been confirmed multiple times by seismologists. But then, Wes Thelen, I emailed him about this, and he said to question the depth. It is possible that it still is a quarry blast, and I agree with him on some things, that yeah, it does kind of look like a quarry blast. Maybe. But the characteristics are extremely weird. It lasted almost a minute with frequencies between 1 and 3 hertz. Yeah, that's a little weird. Maybe an explosion did occur underground, but it wasn't caused by humans, that is for sure. Again, maybe a volcanic gas event? Who knows? Here's the earthquake report from PNSN. Probable explosion magnitude 2.0 on September 24, 2018 at 3:01 p.m. Pacific Time, which is 22:01 UTC, prior to daylight savings time ending. And you can see right down here 5.08 kilometers in depth, 3.1 miles. It was originally labeled as 5.3, meaning they changed it and they didn't make it a shallow depth. They didn't make it a negative depth. They did change it from 5.3 to 5.08, which means they did confirm this. And the location quality was excellent. And look at this, the depth uncertainty. The depth uncertainty is only 1.27 kilometers in depth. The image directly above is the seismic report for the low-frequency event that occurred on September 24th, 15 miles west of Mt. Hood. Note that they still state it is a probable explosion. Well, it resembles nothing like quarry mine explosions that I've ever seen before. And the confirmed depth just adds to the strangeness. They even note, next to depth uncertainty, that there's only a plus-minus 1.27 kilometer leeway. Simply put, they know this explosion event occurred underground. But the deepest mines in the world come far short of this depth. So what the hell is going on at Mt. Hood? Is there some secret underground base or secret mine over there? I don't know. You be the judge for that. Please feel free to let me know. Here's the waveform analysis from all nearby stations of this event. You could tell many surface waves, but very peculiar, guys. Very peculiar to be a quarry blast. It's just, man, I don't know. I still don't know what it is. The image directly above is of the waveform seismogram analysis of the September 24th Mt. Hood event. This was not compiled by me, but by PNSN. If you wish to view this for yourself, please click here to go to the event page for this specific event. Then click waveforms to see this image. They compiled the waveforms of this event from 15 seismic stations, the closest being 13 kilometers away, and the farthest being 63 kilometers away. The 2 green vertical highlights for each seismogram, I believe, shows the probable PNS wave arrivals. I believe. This event was for sure very odd. They still say it was an explosion, but who knows? This event occurred at about 3.1 miles in depth, but the deepest accessible mine in the world is only 2.5 miles deep. Even if this was a human-caused event, I am pretty sure that we would have heard about it. 3.1 miles is extremely deep, so I still prefer the cause was from volcanic gas, escaping from Mt. Hood's magma chamber, traveling through some unknown catalyst, and popping or farting when it finally reached a blocked area. That is just a theory of mine, and this does seem to be an isolated incident. Who knows? You be the judge. If anything changes at Mt. Hood, you will be the first to know. Thank you for your time, and have a great day. So, guys, what do you think? Do you think this really was a quarry blast, as stated by USGS and PNSN, or what do you think it is? Please feel free to let me know below, and you can feel free to send me an email if you'd like. Also, please like, share, subscribe, and leave a comment below. Tell me how you like this video, and check out my website, https://monitorsize.weebly.com. Remember, there is no www in the URL. Alright guys, so I'll probably be back on here in a little bit. I'll be doing another video in a few days, and I'll be doing a video for the September update for the volcanoes. You know, I'm doing monthly updates now. So yes, so I'll be back in just a little bit. I will be back probably sooner on my website, so if you guys want to see the most up-to-date things that I'm putting out, please visit my website and my Seismo blog. Also, I do have a seismic image archive for 4 volcanoes. Use station location shows the location of the seismic stations I used for the data downloads. And I am going to be adding Mt. Hood pretty soon to this, I believe. So, I will have 5 volcanoes here. And if you go to the More drop-down menu, let me pan this over real quick. If you go to the More drop-down menu, there's seismic software downloads, how to read seismograms. I'm going to be adding to this spectrograms as well. So it's going to say soon, read spectrograms and seismograms. How to use JAMA size, how to use swarm, how to use waves, how to download data, and how to understand UTC, which is kind of confusing for some people. And then I have network coverage help showing the location of each network and which areas it covers. Earthquake examples showing many different examples of low frequency events, explosions, earthquakes, tectonic, volcanic, bunch of different examples that I'm actually always adding to. Reported earthquake statistics. This is reported earthquakes, not actual earthquakes, but reported earthquake statistics for Yellowstone, Long Valley, Newberry, and Mount Rainier, and the Cascadia Subduction Zone. Links obviously has all the resources I use every single day. About me is obviously about me, and contact is to contact me. So again, what do you think about this event at Mt. Hood, guys? Let me know soon. And keep an eye out for a new swarm breaking out at Yellowstone. Hydrothermal changes are still occurring near Old Faithful, on Geyser Hill in the Upper Geyser Basin, and probably in other thermal areas as well. What this means yet? Who knows? The changes haven't been too major right now, and they are not coinciding with earthquake swarms, which in my opinion is a very good sign. Because guys, I do not want Yellowstone to blow. I have a family, I got kids, I don't want Yellowstone to blow. I am trying to stay positive. I do not want it to blow. There are some people out there that actually seem like they want it to blow. And I'm like, no! Please no. My mother was in a volcanic eruption once. She got ash from Mount St. Helens, and it was bad. She was in Yakima, Washington. If anyone here is in Yakima, Washington on May 18, 1980, you know it was pretty bad. It was scary. So you do not want a volcanic eruption to occur near you at all. But if earthquake swarms start to break out, an uplift continues at the Yellowstone caldera, and these hydrothermal changes start to intensify, then that's the time to worry, guys. Really is the time to worry. But it does seem we are entering a phase of more active hydrothermal events. And I wouldn't be surprised if the first thing we see when the magma chamber starts to grow hotter and expand, you know, like it does before an eruption. Don't you think that you'd see hydrothermal changes first before anything? I mean, you probably start to see a little bit of uplift occurring, but I'm pretty sure hydrothermal changes would occur first, and then increased uplift and earthquake swarms. Because as the magma chamber expands, it's probably going to grow hotter, right? Well, the geysers are powered by heat, which is powered by the magma chamber down there in Yellowstone. So if the magma chamber is expanding and growing hotter, I'm pretty sure that even the slightest change in temperature down there is going to change the hydrothermal features in a major way. So there's nothing major right now, guys, with Yellowstone. No earthquake swarms right now, but we need to keep an eye out for them because I do believe an earthquake swarm is approaching for Yellowstone if these changes are occurring why I think they're occurring. Well, thank you again for your time, guys, and let me know what you think. God bless, and have a great day. The truth is hate or fear to those who hate or fear the truth. and that is the truth. God bless. Ben Ferraiuolo signing off.